And welcome in our next umbraCoffee episode, the official first one in December. And we are everyone is surprised that it's already end of the year. When I saw a message like couple days are till the end of the year. What you've done during the whole century, right? Because we're ending the whole century. What you've done in the last decade. Decade, century. Not yet. How are you, Callum? How's your week? First week of December.
Incredibly busy, I think, is the answer that a lot of people are going to give this week. So much stuff on. Of course, we've done 2 umbraCoffees this week as well. Which is not typical. Busy, lots of stuff. You were doing some cool workshops this week, right?
Yes. I was running kind of dedicated workshops with one of the company who is doing umbraco projects here in Poland, in Wrocław, and I was so surprised that they are doing so many great things and no one knows about it. So it was kind of combined workshops and mentoring of sharing more work with the community, because we are all able to learn a lot from companies and people like that. So I'm hoping that they will share more of their work sooner than later. That was awesome. But yeah, I was out for half of the week, so that was me. But you've mentioned umbraCoffee on Monday, and it turned out that it helped us to reach more people. And right now we have 400 subscribers on our umbraCoffee channel.
Yeah, we've smashed 2 things this week. 400 subscribers. Please, no one go and unsubscribe right now. And also our most watched live and probably video, just generally, was the special hardcore launch from Monday, which over 500 views, 128 live concurrent viewers at any one time. So big achievement.
Big high five, and thank you for everyone who is subscribing us and watching us once again. Our goal should be to have 404 subscribers and subscribers not found, but that's the next milestone, next goal. But speaking about hardcore, it was also interesting to see some of the insights and tweets from Niels and people who started using it, because that was basically the goal of releasing it publicly. We've seen Niels who shared some of the one graph showing how it's reflected in terms of people who are going to use SaaS-based solution, and that there is a really big need of moving out from maintaining everything and having infrastructure for everything, right?
Yeah, for sure. There's been a lot of questions and discussions on mostly Twitter and Slack channel this week, I think, about where does hardcore fit, and I think it is definitely this idea of we don't want to have to manage infrastructure. It's all done for you, and that is kind of, that kind of justifies the price in some ways. It's definitely also not like, we've been saying this for a while, not for the typical systems that we would build. It's not probably for a website. It's for somewhere where you want some content managed data inside it. So but it's great to see some decent uptake on it.
Yep.
There's no scale on this graph, so we don't know over what period of time or what this actually goes up to, but I assume it's good.
Yeah, but this buzz here, it's just promising, and as we've said after the launch, that when people will start using it, they will start sending feedback and also finding solutions for possible use cases, and especially umbraco community will be able to fetch it into some use cases where it's really valuable and might be helpful to use hardcore and SaaS instead of infrastructure-based approach, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And some people shared their experiences already. Some examples of as well. Carol was demoing some of the hardcore implementations combined with Alexa skills, and we have a repository with this skill and setup. So that's something for everyone who is interested in combining both of those 2 tools and features together. Looks really cool and complete, I would say, right?
Yeah.
I haven't been playing with Alexa skills, but it always looks interesting for me.
I've never really got into it, but seeing Carol and Pornima and a few others talk about them, they do look pretty cool. And hardcore is the perfect perfect product to use with it. We were saying earlier in the week, Marcin, how we've got some. We've both got things. Oh, it'd be great to build that on hardcore or rebuild that on hardcore. And there's some playing around to be done, I think, with some of the new SDKs.
Yeah,
using it like skills.
Generally good. And I also was, as a part of this workshops, we were playing around with hardcore, and also people are just finding some solutions where it might be better or worse for existing solutions. So that's always good. As a part of another updates from umbraco HQ, we once again had a product update blog post from Rune. And it highlighted everything what comes out from HQ directly, and besides hardcore, obviously, we had information about the upcoming release of umbraco 8.4, and some, of course, news and updates on other products. And this release of hardcore released also a space in the roadmap because right now there is a new now. Which is deploy on premise.
Doubled in size, kind of overnight when hardcore launches.
Yeah, but that's good. That's ongoing work, and we all know that a lot of people were waiting for deploy on premise being just taken to now stage, and it's there right now. Also, the Forms API for umbraco hardcore, which was mentioned on Monday and last week's, and some really nice cool things ahead, which are preview APIs, some of the hardcore features mostly, but right now I think that whole HQ is really focused on it specifically after the launch. But I'm more than sure that there is a lot of other things which will land on those sections of roadmap sooner than later, right?
Yeah, for sure. I saw a lot of people praising the umbraco deploy on premise coming into the now part of the roadmap, because I think a lot of people have been waiting for that for a while.
Yeah, and other things which were people waiting for was articles for 24 days. We've mentioned it last Friday.
It this week though, because finally all of the advent calendars have kicked off. That was our whole theme of last week's episode. Like, we don't know what's going to happen in the next week, but there should be some cool stuff, and we have seen some cool stuff.
Yeah, and I'm just sad that I didn't have too much time yet to catch up on all of those articles. Did you read all of them? That's from 24 days in umbraco CMS.
I've not been able to read all of them thoroughly, but there's a couple that I did read and that I really, really enjoyed, and those were Laura's and Nick's article on the second and third. Laura's article was about all of the different her experience of getting into speaking and how she prepares for a talk, and it was a truly fantastic article. Really, really great for her to share her experience. And Nick's was about how you as a umbraco developer can improve, evolve, learn over time. But, I mean, they've all been fantastic articles. I've not read today's one yet. I'm going to have to catch up later.
Yeah, I also ended on the third article so far, but I agree with you that they were all great, and especially that they are always somewhere around what we are doing here as an umbraco community. It's not always tech related, and I really like that we are highlighting some of the topics like public speaking, because it's always something what interested us, at least, right? And and scares also a lot of people who might be less scared maybe after reading some of those articles and insights like that.
And these are all topics that are kind of integral to the community as a whole. So people might say, oh, umbraco it should be about C# and back-end code, and we've got this wonderful article here from Yulia about front-end versus back-end developers. Which one are you? It's okay to be both, and it's great to kind of embrace all the different components that make up the community, whether you're a speaker and you're more actively involved there, or whether you're making packages or just building websites, you're still part. So this should represent all of us.
But we haven't mentioned yesterday's event, Callum, yet. We were talking before going live that umbraco community can teach you various things, right? About history and stuff like that. Can you? Because I see that John also mentioned that they were best second team at London quiz yesterday. Can you tell us more about this quiz?
The third or fourth year running, I believe. Yeah, the umbraco London Christmas. I don't know if you can call it a quiz. the Christmas. I don't know. Ravi comes up with some insane questions and people try and answer them. We didn't score more than about 20 points over the course of maybe 100. John did quite well, and Lottie, her team won, I think, for the third year. It was tough going.
I always plan to visit London during this period around the quiz to see it and live, and participate in real life. But maybe next year then. always great to hear how hard it is to proceed with it. But coming back to content and articles, we also had a Skrift release this week, and this one was really great. I really liked this, especially that it covered two separated topics. And the first article, Ken Jacobsen shared the creating custom editors experiences article, and it is really great, and it's really complex for everyone who wants to extend umbraco. Did you read the articles from this?
I did. I love this one. I really enjoy this one because he kind of says that you should be extending upon what lives in core. We shouldn't be trying. He's not here trying to say let's just rebuild, like everything should be a custom editor, create custom experience. He's saying we should be thinking about how we can make the existing stuff in core friendlier and make more sense for users. So his example is he's got this spacing property editor, a custom editor he's putting inside nested content, I think, to be able to say this is how this module should be laid out on my page, which is a really nice touch, and it looks super intuitive for users.
No. And we've mentioned one of my tweets a couple of weeks ago about simple things which are just helping editors to decide what they want to render and what they want to create, for example. And that's exactly the approach which we are also trying to take. So extend instead of rebuilding or creating our own stuff, because most of it is already there. And second article, totally different, but once again more
from Tim.
From Tim Payne. How we and why we should do more crazy stuff. One more relation to his amazing life journey with a lot of turnarounds and stuff, and motivation for all of us to do more, to achieve more, and to take more from our lives. Great article. If anyone who is watching us didn't read it yet, Skrift articles, links down below after we will finish the live stream. And that's from articles perspective for now, because we will have some other articles later on. But also I've checked the our packages section this week, and we had some new releases which are really looking interesting. First of them is a new package for helping us to protect media files in umbraco V8, of course, and it looks really interesting. I was really surprised that it's integrated so well in V8 UIs and approaches. It has some tabs, actions, and we can set permissions and protection around the specific files, folders, and actions.
It does look really nice and and slick and kind of integrated into what they've into the V8 UI. So it's a really nice job here from Christopher. I was saying to Marcin actually before we went live, I swear a version of this kind of package, this functionality, crops up every 6 months. Every time someone's building a new media protector. I don't know if that's maybe people's reluctance to pay for Richard Soapman's wonderful media protect package. It's been around for a long time, but it seems like this crops up every 6 months or so. It's quite fun.
But it also proves that clients and applications are in the need of having functionality like that, basically, because it's as you said, it kicks in really regularly that it's there. But there is another package for V8, especially looks really cool, and everyone can try it. And the second update was from the package which we've highlighted a couple of weeks ago, which is a simple tree menu navigation package for creating multi-level navigation items. And it received some community help. I can see that RX submitted a pull request, which was merged and released in this latest version, which is right now there to be tested and used across the other projects. And Callum, you're probably more familiar with this package, especially that you've been working as well on another package, which is delivering similar approach. Right?
I mean, yeah, it's this is an interesting one because it's quite like Meganav, one of my existing packages, but this is very different approach in that they've got you map an element type to these things. So it's not necessarily for building a navigation; it could be for kind of building anything. Whereas I'm more trying to relate links or create a collection of links. But I've been saying this for a little while, there is a hidden secret alpha, beta, what we want to call it, for V8, which is a rewrite, and it's doing some quite cool stuff. And I have taken a little bit of inspiration from something that they've done, which I won't spoil because I need to finish it.
Yeah, we won't be forcing you to do some public promises of deliverable dates and stuff like that. But yeah, we are all waiting for it because I've seen some stats when we were transferring the repository, and those stats and downloads are really impressive.
Yeah.
A lot of people are using
it. That's the V7 version. So I've actually rewritten the V7 version and the V8, and then made a V8 version that's almost similar. So you could effectively upgrade between the two.
Nice.
That's the plan. With a load more powerful features in there. Stuff that I should have really done from the start and wanted to do from the start. Anyway.
Cool. Let's switch then from technical stuff to something also around our Umbraco community spirit, because also this week Steve Temple closed and announced the matches for Umbraco Secret Santa. We've been inviting people, and Steve is with us on the live stream. Hi Steve. We've been inviting everyone to participate in this great initiative this year, and some stats were released as well. So total signups were at the level of 56, and 6 are already sent so far.
It's an insane number of people giving gifts. How kind. Yeah. Did you sign up, Marcin?
Yes, I signed up, and I was stressed because I checked this tweet at some point and say, oh damn, 6 people already sent packages, and I'm here in Wrocław doing trainings right now when I need to do it, and I need to do it this week because
you're probably doing the typical man thing of you wait until like the day before.
Yeah.
I need to send a present.
I'm totally deadline driven. So yeah, but that's such a great summary of it, and so we can see that of course most of the people were from UK, but there were also other countries really active in this initiative, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to how it will be completed, because we've seen some insights already. Some people already received their gifts, which is awesome. And yeah, it's amazing, and I really like the whole idea and everything. Steve already received his gift.
Wow, that's cool. Are you happy with your
match?
Your match, yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting match. I would say.
I've also got an interesting match, and I'm debating what I do.
But that's why I like the whole idea, because I think that it moves us to and forces us to be, I don't know, creative, exchange all those cultural things and specialties and things like that. Really like this, and that's the idea. Steve is already thinking about the next year. Someone asked. I've seen that someone asked about having the database stored and avoid similar matches in the next year. Stuff like that. So great community ideas. Open source for the win.
I do not want something from this person again.
Yeah, just red flags or something like that.
I don't want any licorice again.
Yeah, I really think that our community is really friendly and good, and I've seen some bad examples of Santa's gifts in other communities, but I don't think that it will be an issue here among our people. Okay, and Callum, there is one more initiative you've started with Emma. You're not stopping, and
it's been going a little while, and I've just under promoted it massively. So I started this thing in May called CFP Body, which is a little community of people that submit to conferences, be it seasoned pro speakers or like maybe new speakers. And the whole idea is, I have an idea for a talk. Is it a good idea? And you can chat and you can check with your colleagues. And I've kind of decided I'm going to reboot it and change the format slightly to be, yes, we'll still have that community where you can do all those conversations year round, but also running some more regular meetups, be it virtual meetups or in-person meetups, just trying to help people through submitting to a conference. It's quite a nerve-wracking thing, and we're going to do we're going to do one in a week and a half, Monday the 16th of December, for submitting to Code Garden. So if you want to submit to Code Garden, myself and Emma Burstow are going to be on hand and virtually, and we will walk you through the process of writing a good abstract, submitting a really good talk, and hopefully getting accepted. So yeah, if you really want to speak at Code Garden, or just want your idea for a talk validated, come along. CFPbuddy.com.
Nice. I might join you. I have some ideas. I need some validation, and I've asked some tweets as well about it. But yeah, that's great idea, and I'm really looking forward to it. We also had some examples of collaboration of the community members around other things, and I mean documentation, for example, this time. And I was really surprised reading this manual. I remember that it was
a big piece of work that someone's done. I think it's kind of gone through 3 or 4 different people as well.
Yeah, and it for sure might be even a book for someone who wants to do something with Umbraco. A lot of insights from editor's perspective, and we've seen a tweet from Niels that it's great that it's here in Umbraco Docs, because right now everyone can contribute. And when it comes to changes between Umbraco 7 and Umbraco 8, it's a great opportunity for everyone who wants to help and help their editors, clients' editors, and everyone else to work with Umbraco as an editor in the latest version, because it still has a lot of tightly coupled things with V7, right? Yeah, exactly. But it's here. Everyone can contribute, so it's not only about code once again. And if you have people in your teams who are keen on doing great introductions and information and documentation around processes in Umbraco back office, that's the place where you can help all of us. And second article, the blog article we found
about this. Sorry, it's for V7.
Yes.
Well, I guess it's not ever done, but this is the V7 version. We can all get started now on the V8 version of this. So everything's changed. We're going to have to kind of do it all again. But that's a really nice way to, you could just do one bit of documentation a day or a week, or if you have a bit of time, something that we can do iteratively. Whole community can be involved in. It's quite cool.
Yeah. Owen asked that was it not originally written by Matt Brailsford, and it was.
At the bottom of the it says at the bottom of the page it was written for V4 by Matt Brailsford, I believe. And then many people have kind of taken it on and have evolved it over time.
Yeah, it's all
big list of people there. High five, you rock to all of those. Some names I'm not hugely familiar with either, so that's awesome.
Great. And now, we can jump to this article, which you've also included in this. I didn't know that it's such related with our community as well. But yeah, the article is titled "The 40 Years as a Female Programmer and Still Going," which is an amazing journey of developer. Can you tell us more about it? Why it caught your attention so much?
Well, yeah. So people in the community know and love Lottie Pitcher, of course.
Yes.
And people may not know that Lottie actually works with her parents, and her parents are both programmers. And her mum, for the Ladies of Code Advent Calendar, has written an article on her experience, 40 years as a programmer and still going. So she says about how she kind of started writing
COBOL code
cards, and I believe Lottie on Twitter was sharing some memories about growing up, having lots of having loads of computers around and being kind of involved at a young age. And so it's really cool to see both sides of this. I've never met Pam, Lottie's mum, but she sounds awesome. But it's also great how that's actually influenced Lottie. She grew up in I saw on Twitter, she said, I never really I never really considered my gender to be an obstacle because I grew up in this supportive environment, and that is just a lovely story.
Yeah, and I'm always admiring stories like that, because I still remember how my mom turned on my computer when I was away, and she just went to our neighbors to help her turn it off, because she don't know anything about computers. So from stories like that to stories like that, it's a long gap, and it's great to see that how it affected some people's life, but also no obstacles for anybody, because everyone can start their own journey, no matter of the situation, and help or no help from people around. Great story. We will share the link, of course, below. And I didn't know about this. That Lottie's parents are also programmers. Great to know that right now.
She's told me many stories about struggling to get off Mercurial. I think they're still using Mercurial.
but that might be interesting. Conversations by the family table. Should we switch to Git finally?
There was a joke that Lottie's told me, where she said, her mum said, "But when the time you finally make me use Git is when I'll retire."
Oh, that's very, very good. Though that's a great. So there's a lot of advent calendars, and having time to read all of them is probably almost impossible. But I'm following also a couple of the developers ones, and there are some challenges. Did you see the code?
The code calendar challenge thing.
Yeah, with coding.
Have you seen people completing the challenges in Rockstar Lang, which was by Dylan Beattie, is kind of a joke, and it's like oh my god, Lars Erik did his day 4 or day 5 yesterday in Rockstar, and it's just
it's also such an amazing to see. People are so creative, and also people are so dedicated to complete those challenges. And I've seen some great implementations of various languages, and it can help us learn those languages. I don't mean a Rockstar language maybe in particular, but other languages are really cool to see. And then final things on our list, at least. We had some insights from Scotland, and our great trainer Gabriel, who was welcomed really well there.
What has he got there? We've got shortbread, some
iron brew.
We've got Tunnocks tea cake, Tunnocks wafers, but I don't think they're missing like deep fried Mars bars, haggis.
Yeah, I still have iron brew on my list of things to taste in Scotland. I haven't had a chance yet, but that's great to see that. And speaking about events and exchange of knowledge and maybe some new ways of chatting with people, we had details being released from Mike about next umbraCo virtual meetup, which will happen in January, Saturday, 18th. And as always, agenda and everything else is to be announced and to be discussed. Everyone can participate and contribute, and there are some details how to help making it amazing again. Maybe this time I will be able to join, because I missed all of them.
Yeah, I've missed all of them, but I've got, this is enough warning. I've put it in my calendar.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing this one. It's only been 2 years since Mike's been doing this is the first one I'm going to make sure I actually attend.
Same here. This is exactly what I've done, and thanks Mike for announcing it so ahead in time. That's great. But also today, jumping from virtual events to more offline events, umbraCo released a blog post summing up it's not from today, but I've realized it today, to be honest.
I didn't realize this was posted.
Yeah, me too. But I thought that it might be really interesting to also highlight it, because it's umbraCo HQ people were traveling across the globe and visiting various festivals. And the summaries were combined together, and we can all see how different and how amazing are all of those events in various ends of the world. We can see you visiting Krakow, people in that at the Dutch conference, and yeah, great events. You are almost on every picture there, but this one is my favorite, Callum.
I'm glad they've not got a picture where I was on one knee at one point. It looked like I was proposing.
I must admit, it's a great picture, but it's also showing the whole umbraco community spirit in one picture. We are helpful. Oh, Callum, can you maybe also tell us more about your data gathering for keywords about umbraco community?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this. Was this week?
Yeah, well, it was this week. Yeah.
Oh damn! So I asked the community last week. Who tell me 3 words that you think represents the umbraco community ethos or spirit, and a lot of the same sort of things kept coming up. Like I'm gonna have to remind myself now. There was things like
friendly, supportive. I remember.
Yeah,
also
that's some really nice words. Like as you say, supportive being one of them. Just says a lot about the umbraco community actually.
Do you have any plans in converting it to something visible?
Yes. So someone said about making a tag cloud and tag cloud in the past. There will be a tag cloud, of course, but this is going to surface in something in the new year, which I will not say anything more on.
Okay. Keep us, up to date with any plans then.
Absolutely.
That's great. Yeah, I think it's also a great summary of what happened, because that was this week. Yeah, I remember that. Cool. That's everything what we've had prepared.
Busy week.
Busy week, and it's not the end yet. At least here in Poland and UK, it's kind of middle of the day. But I started the chat today that it might be the end of the day for someone. So yeah, if you have a great Friday, we can only wish a great end of the day for everyone. And we can ahead December, more articles to come from 24 days. Any other things to highlight? Probably now everyone is focused on the deliverables by the end of the year, and that's amazing. So yeah, we will see each other on next Friday, and as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. 400 people. That's an amazing number. And yeah,